don't know what's going on with the brothers. But I love me a good black man, but I can't seem to find him. Um, I don't know if I'm right for this question because I don't think there's options.
Okay. So she's saying that she's having trouble finding a good black man. She doesn't think there's no options out there. Do you guys experience the same thing in Brazil? I mean, I'm just curious to know because I'm hearing that a lot from black women here in America.
In Brazil, it's not easy to find black men. Mostly
Oh,
are
just a good man.
mixed.
Just a good. Here in America,
Yeah, it
like
depends here.
in America, the black woman, majority of black women wants another black man, right?
Mhm.
Black women are known not really date outside their race. There are a few, but black women tend to, and it goes all the way back to slavery. Slavery plays a big factor, but black women are known not to date outside their race. They're the number one race that do not date outside the race. Where Asian women are the most to date outside the race. Asian women date the most because Asian women tend to go after white men. I think 25% of them marry white men. So what is that? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, I feel based on what I have seen, like my friends.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I think takes time, maybe years to find.
Yes. Okay.
Because you may go out, have for the few dating, and normally the men they disappear.
They disappear. What? They fly away or
Yeah,
they do
they just
Houdini?
disappear. They ghost.
Okay, might be an international thing. So let's see.
I don't see
Girl,
it.
let me save you from yourself. Let me save you from yourself, right? Let me.
Please try.
Yeah, no, because it's not a personalized question, right? Because there could be a myriad of reasons, location, field, right? There's a myriad of reasons why I'm sure legitimately the black women can have in terms of trying to find adequate black
Mhm.
men. Then
See, that makes sense because sometimes it's field and location. Right? We tend to not add that into the equation because a lot of time you're in the wrong location to find the type of man you're looking for. That's fair.
Yeah,
Because if you're in a certain cities, you're gonna have a lot of different options available. But if you're in a city where it's or even in the suburbs where majority of people are settled down, how you gonna find a quality, not quality? How you gonna find a single person there where it's majority married folks and family area?
yeah, maybe she's looking, going to the wrong place to find the black man.
you went to the whole you're having a struggle seeing them as attractive. I think that's a whole different conversation. So I want to reel that back in a little bit
How? Because when you talk
because
about options, are we talking about realistic options?
because here's the thing, right? Let me reframe the question so maybe you understand what I'm saying, right? So let's say there's a group of guys that you might otherwise have been attracted to, right? But because they think they have a lot of options, how they present in the dating space now turns you off. So then you come on the pod and you say, "Hey, I can't find no attractive guys."
See, it makes sense. Because the thing is, if you're meeting a certain type of guy that has a lot of options, I mean, from that perspective, it's gonna differ. The way they approach dating is gonna be completely different because they have a ton of options. They're probably not gonna give as much effort. They're probably gonna not entertain you as much. They're not gonna take you out, talk on the phone as much. There's a lot of things they probably wouldn't do because they have a ton of different women that's competing for their attention.
See,
So,
and see,
so as a result, you can't say there's no quality good men or black men there. It's just that you're entertaining the wrong type of men.
see what I said. Like, man, they have a lot of opportunities, more than women. Like talk, they get.
Now he's referring to a selection of men, not all men. A selection. Well, let's take a look.
It's not that you haven't found men necessarily that was attractive. It might have been that the way niggas are out here moving turns you off, right? So I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm trying to bring it back to the point of the question because the question was, do you think that when it comes to the dating market, outside of ourselves individually, do we think part of the problem or a problem that needs to be addressed is that people think they have too many options? Let me give you another example.
Do you think so? Do you think people feel like they got too many options? I think in the women market, yes. I think a lot of
Here.
women here in America, yeah, here in America, a lot of women believe they have so many options because of social media. They get a bunch of likes. A lot of people in their DM, direct messages, reaching out to them. They believe that these are quality of men they can get on a consistent basis. That when they decide or want to settle down with, they can settle down with these guys. But it's completely false because all these guys really want to do is sleep with them, not actually to court them and marry them. And when they have decided that, hey, I want to settle down, they have a huge difficulty finding a partner.
Mm.
And then, as a result, they start becoming very negative for the simple fact that they had these bad experiences with these men that wouldn't settle down with them.
Yeah, but I think I have too many options. It's not good to. You think like woman has like 200 likes. You think that she's gonna talk, start conversation on the app with 200 guys? So how she's gonna?
Well, I mean, that's the problem because they got all these options. That's the reason they are single because they have so many options. They're not when something doesn't align with whatever their beliefs is, or this guy says something she didn't like, she automatically move to the next one, or this guy doesn't have enough. That's what so many option does. This guy's not as tall. This guy doesn't make me laugh. This guy doesn't do this. All these little things that normally wouldn't matter back in the 80s, 90s, or early 2000s because of social media. And now you have access to the whole world. Now these things matter because you have so many options. You can nitpick on personality or on things that you want from a person. Just like the women we were talking about earlier, now when you reach a certain age, now they want to settle down. They're like, oh, whoa, what happened? Like, this is not what I expected. I thought when it's time for me to find somebody, and now time is ticking. I'm at this age. I should be able to find as many people as I want because I have a long list of options. In reality, these are not true options. On surface, they are options if you want to have fun and a good time. Yes, but as far as like settle down and start a family and long term, not an option. Those were never options.
Yeah, maybe the woman's gonna start like more worry about, oh, it's time to start a family. When I'm reaching, getting close to 35, 37. Now I'm gonna start looking serious for a relationship, but maybe it's too late.
Exactly.
But
So
there's not gonna be a lot of option like when she was like 25,
exactly.
23.
So do you think women to avoid that issue, do you think they should start focusing and putting more value on finding a partner earlier and when they are younger rather than later when they are 37? Maybe at 27, not when you're 37. Is that would that be reasonable for them to start seeking a partner at an early age or later?
Here, maybe very different from Brazil. I think I talk about myself, my friends. We always like we're looking when we're start dating somebody, we're looking for something serious, like not just I'm gonna go out with this person this week, next week so gonna be another
At what
person.
age you guys start
Like
doing that?
since maybe 26, 27.
Okay.
Like looking for a serious relationship. Of course, not to get married by 27, like dating for 5 years, so by 31, 32 get married. Like that's the plan. Like we have.
See, in America, it's completely different because a lot of women wants to have that fun. They want to go out, do all these things, because they compare themselves to men.
No.
They comparing themselves to the men. So at a young age, they're like, "Oh, this is my youthful age. This is fun. I go, I have fun and do, and not taking any men seriously." Like my friend, I got my friend. He's dating this woman that's 20 something. And she's like, hey, I just want to have, and he wants to date her seriously, but she wants to have fun. She want to, date girls, other women. She want to do all these other things. But now, because she perceived, there's a perception or option that she believes she has. And I believe by the time when she hits 35, 37, when she's going to look back and going to regret it, and she's going to want to come back, but it's going to be too late. And that's happens to a lot of women, especially here in America.
I think in Brazil, like the age, like normally they are not looking for something serious. More like when they are at the college, university, because we are. They have to have this experience, like
Correct.
go out parties, and have fun. So okay, normally that age, that period, like when they are studying, okay, you're not gonna. There are few people that they are looking for serious relationship. I think most of people they're not looking for something serious. But after that, when they graduate, They started working. Okay, nowadays, it's time to look for something serious. So that's why it's about like 25, 26.
So could that be the reason why a lot of men going overseas to find them a Brazilian woman?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what else he has to say.
There's a lot of women out here who are getting a lot of attention. They
Mm.
post themselves half naked or turned to the side showing their asses, and because a bunch of dudes are in their comment section or liking it, they think, hey, I have options. But then they quickly realize a lot of those niggas are niggas they would never date in the first place, right? And so therefore the perception of the options that they actually have affect how they show up in the dating market, right? With lack of skills, with lack of ability to have a decent conversation.
I wasn't even thinking about that. So the perception that they have is when they show up on the dating market impact how they do date. Actually, he's making a lot of sense.
With a certain level of entitlement. Just because 100 people liked her page, she thinks she could show up to the date and not give no real effort at all just because the nigga's taking her out. And what I'm saying, and actually to the question of the thing is, I do think that the perception of too many options is fucking some of y'all up. And the people I'm specifically going to talk about are the women. Right? Because I think with the whole incel movement and all this other shit, like, I don't know what world there's a select few men that this idea of having too many options apply. And I get how they're fucking up the ecosystem because they're the guys that the girls want, and because they're out here gallivanting or whatever, it's fucking it up for everybody, right? But the problem is that those 20% of niggas, supposedly, if that's the truth, is only empowered by the 80% of the women who are not attracted to the 80% of men.
What do you have to say about that?
Attraction, something very important.
Okay.
I don't know if she can I'm gonna be more open with that. Maybe I'm gonna, I can go out for a person that not attract you, and maybe after like a meeting, I'm gonna start feel attracted to this person. I don't know if this can happen.
But here's the thing. I think that the whole it's like a situation where it's because the attraction be fabricated because they're attracted to this man on the basis that you have a limited amount of these men. Let's say, like I said, let's say it's true. You have very small percentage of men that fit these attraction that women want, right? And a ton of other women wants the same thing, right? 80% of women want that guy, and that guy has access to these 80% of women. Those 20% of men has access to 80, right?
So there's more competition.
Correct. So now the woman is not giving these other men, the other men, any opportunity because they want these 20% of men. So now it's like, okay, why are you single? Simple fact that these 20% of men now they like, hey, I got all these women I do, just like the movie we were watching yesterday. Right? So it's like, all right, who do we blame for this? Blame the women. Because the women are not even entertaining those 80% of men. They just want 20% of men that other 80% of women wants. So now they have this idea that this is the type of guy only I have to date. And then if let's say they decide to give one man a chance, they want this man to have X, Y, Z to come to the date. So you have this whole perception that's not even reality.
With this 20% like men that has, is very attractive, but there's other 80% of men they're not getting a lot of likes because most of them are focused on the
20%. Correct. That
fits. That fits what she's looking for.
Correct.
But I think that they should be more open to give the chance to talk. Okay, maybe this person, the 80%, it's not gonna be okay. It's not because it doesn't fit 100% what they are looking for. Maybe they have something that they like and something that she may not like, but that's normal. Not everybody you're not gonna find. You're never gonna date or have something serious somebody that has 100%. It's not like a movie. It's not like Disney.
Correct.
And that's okay. You just need to know how to deal with that. It's something that you can work. You can still the relationship can work, even this person has not what you're looking for, because there's something personality. Oh, I'm looking. There's something if this person doesn't have, I cannot even date because it's not gonna work.
Correct, correct. But most of these women are focusing on more the physical,
Yeah,
not the personality.
physical. I think it's more superficial.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. This is America. It's a superficial country.
yeah. Okay, if the person not tall as to the park is, you cannot change. But okay, oh, this person not like, in good shape. Okay, let's go take him to the gym. Oh, like, do exercise together.
Mhm.
Maybe he can
So,
change.
would you say that's how Brazilian women approach dating, per se, majority? Or?
Yeah, they're more open to that. Like there's some, it's not only physically. You're always open to have a conversation with somebody. Okay, I never thought I would give a like to this person, but just since he gave me a like, let's just talk to see how
They're
it
open-minded.
goes.
It's open-minded in Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that. All right.
Right? So it's like, because why? We're going to talk about Kendra G in a little bit, but Kendra G was talking about how she was fucking with some type of celebrity football player in a situationship. Right? It gave her the false belief that it was going to be more than what it was. You know why? Because that nigga had a lot of options. Right? Kendra G got a lot of options, but the options that she had, she ain't seeing them. Why? Because she got the taste of the rarefied herb. The misperception that that's your life for real, when he's not wifed you for real, got a lot of women fucked up out here. So yes, the perception of having a lot of niggas checking for women out here is fucking them up, because eventually they become Ari Lennox talking about how they passed on so many good guys. Yeah, we know. We've been saying that. Finally, one of y'all broke Cap to admit that. But yes, the question for me, or the answer is for women. Some of y'all do think y'all got way too many options, which causing y'all to believe that y'all are in a different dating market than y'all really are for real, for real.
So you pretty said it. A lot of women think they have a lot of options, and they believe they're in a whole kind of dating market that is just an illusion. It's not even reality. And by the time they understand that, they're like, "Oh, I passed on so many great men." And that's the same thing that happened with that Asian girl we talked about earlier in the previous video we did. And she's 37 looking for somebody. But that's the same thing. It's this perception that she believes she had all these great options. Now, as time passes, that, oh snap, I missed out on so many other good men. And it's kind of the same thing. It's being repetitive. It's just a cultural thing. You see, now it's a cultural phenomenon that allow women, no matter what race, are dealing with.
Yeah, most of them you regret when they see, oh, I should do, opportunity for that man that I hang out like few years ago. He was a nice guy. Even he was like not, exactly, he doesn't look exactly the way I was looking for. But I really don't understand. He said there's more men
On
the
dating
same
apps.
age as the woman. And but at the end, like we see there will be more single women than men.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't
So
make sense.
I can't. It's hard to understand. Like,
Yeah,
how
because
this
on
possible.
what happened is the man eventually found a partner, right? They'll be found a partner, but the woman, especially the attractive women, oh, have been attractive, semi-attractive, even the semi-attractive still out there searching. I know a lot of single women out there, especially those who have children. A lot. There's a lot, especially in the black community. I believe 50% plus of black women is single, and it's supposed to increase even more, or completely single. That's gonna even die single for the rest of their life. That passed on. So you ask yourself, okay, you have children with these guys. Why are they not around? Why didn't you guys like have a stable relationship to grow the child together? And why did you end up having children with this guy without being married to him? These are great questions.
And I think it's fucking up the equilibrium of the market as a whole, because the niggas who want to fuck with y'all don't think they have enough options, and that's what's also fucked up. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about the perception of having too many options. Was that helpful, Miss Tiana? Was that good? You with me
No
or not?
comment.
Rocking it
No
out.
comment.
None. You ain't got no girlfriends out there who got suitable suitors. And you're like, girl, what you talking about? And she just out here just thinking it's rosy. Because I would think, if you feel the way that you feel, if you see your friend connecting and got a vibe with somebody, he's a viable candidate, like, why would you let him go? Am I tripping or not?
I mean, you're not tripping about that.
Talk to him. Talk to him. And how many times you seen that? Have you not seen that? Am I bugging on that too? I
I
can't hear
definitely
you,
seen that.
Miss Tiana, girl.
So pretty much he's saying that women have to be accountable for other women because if you have a girlfriend, he's talking to a guy like, oh, this is a nice guy, this is a quality guy, and you're the friend, and you let him leave, let him go, and you're like, yo, listen, what are you doing? Like, stick with this guy because this guy is not the football player, he's not the soccer player, he's not driving the BMW, he doesn't have this big account, but she let him go because she's under this perception that she can find a better quality man. She can find because she was having relations, not in relationship, because she was having relation with an NFL player or football player or a guy that makes a lot of money. She believed that guy she can get another one like that. Not know even though that guy didn't make her his girlfriend or his wife, right? So she let that guy go because she's under the perception that she can always find that type of guy.
Uh, I don't know. It's hard to understand here how the dating
Dating
works here.
in
Dating
America, it's
yeah.
very complicated, isn't it?
Yeah, because normally, okay, in Brazil, I think, if
Tell
you
us,
are
tell us.
dating and you see, you think about like break up with the person, it's maybe because, oh, maybe we have different like future plans, and most of the time, oh, because the woman, she wants to build like, start a family, and the man, he doesn't want to start now, right
Okay,
now, because
okay.
I'm too young, like too young, I mean,
Okay.
maybe like he's 34, and
Okay.
he still think that, I don't want to get married now, and he wants to wait a little more, and the woman, she does. So normally it's one of the reason that they may broke up, or maybe because they, they have different plans. Maybe, okay, she wants to have kid, and she find out that the guy, he doesn't want to have kid, or maybe it's the opposite. Then online like their plan, future plans.
Okay. Okay.
Not because, oh, this person doesn't have like financial, is not like good. Okay, it can be, and I'll say that it doesn't happen, but we may like try to work together. Oh, you give the advice. Oh, if you do this master degree, if you do something, like the woman is gonna help the man, how you can like get better, like try if, but if the woman see that, oh, even like, okay, I'm gonna try to support him, and he does like, it's not working, he doesn't care, it's not okay, I cannot help somebody that it's
Won't
not
help
work.
himself.
Yeah, so okay,
Okay.
so a reason to
So,
leave.
so you're saying in Brazil, dating in Brazil is different because a woman, even though this guy is not Neymar, right?
Yeah.
He's not like some funk
Actor.
star or actor or whatever. Should give this guy an opportunity, and she'll say, okay, you're not making X amount of money or whatever it may be. She'll work with him to get to that point. She's a working in progress to get him to the point where he can achieve XYZ.
Yeah.
She don't just say, oh, you don't have this right now, I'm leaving. No, she's willing to work with the guy to help him build,
Yeah.
so you both can be successful. It's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's how dating in Brazil is like. Dang.
But if the guy, if
Okay.
you're just the woman, she's doing all the effort.
Correct,
Like, okay,
correct.
supporting you, and okay, why am I gonna be for a person that is doing that?
So you're also adding that if the guy is not trying, right?
Yeah.
He's not putting the work,
Yeah.
even though she's helping, she eventually would say, you know what? I did
I'm
my
wasting
best.
my
I
time.
gotta go.
Yeah.
You see, fellas, better book a flight to Brazil.
I've seen that part. I'm sticking with my guns on this one. I don't really agree with all of that you saying, but I'm sticking with my guns on this one.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask you one. I'm gonna flip it. Do you think there are some guys out here who are moving around with too much dip on their chip? Do you think that some of them might be moving around like, hey, I got all these options because I'm me, you know what I'm saying? I got the degree, I got the car, or whatever. Do you think those guys are a problem for the dating space or
No,
not?
yes, I think that, and I'm going back to aesthetics. I'm sorry. Because I would say 1 in every 20 guys are handsome, and those 1 in every 20, they really feel like they are that dude to where they have a lot of options, but they do. They do, because if you see a fine brother that's chiseled to perfection, 9 out of 10 times his DMs are lit up, comments are lit up, he's feeling empowered, he's feeling big, and yeah, he feels like he has options. And then yeah, like he won't necessarily come to a woman like me because I'm not what he's looking for. He's looking for this type of other type of exotic, that whole exotic thing. I talked about it on another show. A lot of men feel like they want this perfect exotic looking woman, and I'm like, that's not realistic. Can she cook? I mean,
Mm.
does she have a good head on her shoulders? Is she smart? Can she help you? If you lose a couple of dollars, does she know how to put hers to it? I mean, there's so much with that. So yes, I agree with you about what you just said about that.
Okay, let me ask you one last question. If that chiseled man, if what he really wanted was the fact that he was the prize, because you just said he'd be 1 out of 20. Let's say it's
I
not
just got
even
triggered
about
when you said the
cooking,
prize. When you
right?
I just
I
got
know,
triggered. Go ahead.
right? I'm with you, but I'm just following your logic because if you said he is 1 out of 20, he is that
Yeah.
chiseled Adonis, and you think he wants like an exotic thing. But what if he said to you, "Nah, I just want you to see me for the prize that I am," right? Would you have a problem with putting him on the pedestal because you was
Any
able to?
man no, let me any man that opens his mouth and uses the term anything if it's even close to him being the prize or anything related to him being better than the woman, I am zero tolerance policy for that.
Okay, okay, okay. I
Mhm.
hear you on that, but I see what you did, and you're not slick because I see what you did.
Um,
Because I didn't say he said he was the prize, ma'am. I said that he wanted to be loved, appreciated, and put up on the proper pedestal. He didn't have to
I
say
don't
that.
want that's
In
too
fact,
feminine for me.
and it,
That's too
huh?
feminine. That's too feminine for me. No.
So pedestalizing your man is too feminine, is what you're saying?
I think it's the way you're saying it.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Yo,
I just remember one thing now in Brazil. She was talking about competition. In Brazil, sometimes we make a joke, but it's not like some joke is kind of serious joke. Also, like they're not looking for the most handsome guy because
Most women in Brazil.
no, because there's so many competition. What I'm gonna it's gonna be a lot of work. So many competition. Normally they not never like sure so many competition. Okay, skip this guy. Normally, okay, if you get a like, okay, that's good. And when you have opportunity, you start talking. But it normally never like, if somebody's like, show hands, you already know, it's a lot of competition. You skip, avoid.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, just thinking, I'm like, you always make a joke, what do you think this guy, show hands, so many competition,
You don't want to
nah,
entertain
don't
it
wanna like
because
go out this guy, this person.
you don't want to entertain it because
Yeah,
it's gonna bring a lot of drama that you're not
yeah.
ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's why I'm more open mind.
Mm.
Give me a
Because there's more women in the dating market in Brazil than men.
yeah.
All right.